Yo, what's up everyone? It's your boy King A here, and I just recorded like 3 minutes worth of footage on this video, and I forgot to click record. So we're restarting this. This is Medusa and Kingpin's leaked abilities. I think these are leaked 2 days ago. This video is on the Marvel Trucos, so you can go check it out. There's no class confirmation yet. We're guessing Medusa's gonna be Cosmic, Kingpin will be Skill. I don't see why it would be any other way. But let us just jump into this. I think while the bio plays, um, Kingpin and Medusa both seems like they have the potential to be both good champions and bad champions. It really depends on what the variable values are, because as whenever Marvel True Cross does this data mining without Mcoc mod, they never actually get the values. As you can see, the green is just an X, so that just means it's a variable, so it could be anything. So this is his signature ability, as he readies himself to bring his ill intent upon the contest. He begins the fight with X rage debuffs active on himself, and then when he exits overpower mode, he has a chance to gain X rage debuffs, each having an X% chance to activate. I don't really know how that works. That doesn't make that much sense, but I think the signature ability will be pretty nice to have on Kingpin, just seeing how he works. So if Kingpin ever has X debuffs, he converts them into an overpower buff, lasting X seconds and increasing his attack by X. And then while he's in overpower mode, Kingpin's special attacks become unblockable. He cannot gain rage debuffs. And then while he's unstoppable, each strike landed on a Kingpin has an X% chance to activate a rage buff. And you'll see how he gets the unstoppable later. So I think an overpower buff makes him into overpower mode, because when I was looking through the abilities before, in that footage I lost, it didn't seem like there was a way to actually activate the overpower mode unless the overpower buff activates overpower mode. So whenever he has X debuffs, he goes into overpower mode, and that increases his attack, and then he cannot gain rage debuffs, and his special attacks become unblockable. I think that's a nice way to think about it. And then so this is the rage, like the rage debuffs, or no, this is the rage. This can turn into a rage debuff. So whenever Kingpin gains a debuff, he has an X% chance to convert it into a permanent rage debuff that has no effect. And then each debuff on Kingpin only strengthens his resolve, increasing his attack by X and power gain rate by X. So that could be nice. I think that first variable, the X% chance to convert into a permanent rage debuff, is going to matter a lot. And then it's nice that when he has a debuff, he gains attack and power gain. That might be nice for Scarlet Witch. And then let me finish reading this. Whenever the opponent evades one of Kingpin's attacks, he gains a rage debuff. Cooldown X seconds. Hopefully that's like 2 seconds. I think that'd be like optimal. So he might be a good Spider-Man counter. And because if you hit by Spider-Man Zone 1, you're going to have an armor break and a weakness on you, so it's going to increase your attack. I also think this will pair very nicely with the Suicide Masteries, because you get the attack boost from the Suicide Masteries, and then for the first like 20 seconds or whatever it is, you get the attack boost from another attack boost from the poison and the bleed, because of the resolve strengthening or whatever, and then for the rest you just get it from the poison. But that seems like that'll pair very nicely with Suicide Masteries. So Ruthless, while charging a heavy attack, he becomes unstoppable. Oh shit, I didn't pause the video. Ah, ah, ah. No, what am I doing? What am I doing? There we go. Okay. And then he gets the X additional physical resistance, which is, I guess, kind of nice. I don't know. And then if he lands X heavy attacks, he gains Fury, and then increases his attack by X for X seconds. I don't know why it isn't just one Fury heavy attack, but I guess it's gonna be multiple, and I guess the Fury is kind of nice. And then when he has the Fury, he can't become unstoppable, so you can't like try and gain a Fury and then do another heavy and be unstoppable. I hope that's not a lot of heavy attacks to gain the Fury. So the special one infects the opponent with a black ISO, dealing X direct damage over X seconds. That's gonna matter. I think the X seconds is really gonna matter, because opponents under black ISO suffer X% reduced defensive ability accuracy. So that's gonna matter to see if he's actually a reliable defensive ability accuracy reducer. Just because if you can have permanent uptime on the black ISO, and it decreases the defensive ability accuracy by a lot, it'll make him very good for Spider-Man, especially if he's a skill champion, and good for magic, and more magic counters are always amazing. And then the special attack 2 drains X% of the opponent's max power, and then the potency is increased by X% for each unique debuff on Kingpin. So that'll go nice with his rage debuffs. Um, and his, and again with the suicide masteries, you're gonna be draining more power if you have liquid courage on. And then can I go to the special 3? There we go. Kingpin gains X rage debuffs, and then if he's in overpower mode, he refreshes the duration of overpower mode. So that's Kingpin. That's all his stuff. I think the not true nature. I think the overpower. Yeah, I think juggling the how many rage debuffs you have and going into overpower mode is gonna be interesting because it seems like you don't really want to go into overpower mode because for every debuff you have, you gain increased attack. But I think those values are really gonna matter to see if this champion is good or not, and also how to play it. So jump into Medusa, born into the royal family. She's like Black Bolt's what's it called? Um, Black Bolt's wife. There we go. So she introduced. So the special one seems interesting. We'll get into the specials later. Why is this video so long though? I'm actually gonna go. Oh, because it's also in Spanish. There we go. I'm stupid. Can we get past? Okay, so this is her sig ability. Medusa gains a fury buff every X seconds, up to X stacks. Hopefully it's like 5 seconds, up to like 5 stacks. I don't know. Each increasing attack by X%. That'll be a flat value, but I think when you're data mining, they use the percentage and then turn that into a flat value, because they're not going to make a flat value for every rank, of every level of every rank of every star, because that'd just be way too much programming. And then her block proficiency is increased by up to X%, which is 3 or more fury buffs. So I'm guessing that many stacks will be 3 or more, because it says she can have 3 or more fury buffs. And that's nice. Block proficiency is always nice. And then when struck twice, she has an X% chance to auto block with her hair, which I think is cool, breaking the opponent's combo. And then it costs X fury buffs, and it can trigger parry. I'm guessing it's probably just gonna cost 1 fury buff, maybe 2, but it'll probably be 1. So armor shatter. This is a new debuff unique to Medusa, and I find it really interesting. So when they suffer from X active armor break debuffs, their armor breaks will turn into an armor shatter, and that reduces their armor rating by X for X seconds. So I'm guessing that number will be more than all the armor breaks that first variable is going to be, and then that second duration is going to be pretty long. So it's going to be more, it's basically just going to be like super armor break. I don't know. And then I think the reason why they're doing that is because it pairs with this next thing, which is while armor shatter is active, opponents cannot suffer from further armor breaks nor activate their armor buffs, which is a little different from how armor break works. And then the debuff shatters robot champion systems, reducing their ability, accuracy, and power gain. So it's basically just for Vision and Ultron. Those are kind of really the only robot champions. I think there's another thing that goes with armor shatter. If not tripping now, yeah, there we go. Critical light attacks. Oh, it's only on light attacks. That's annoying, and it's only on critical light attacks. That might not be that good actually. X% chance to inflict bleed if armor shatter is active, dealing X direct damage per second until the armor shatter expires. So it's basically just it has the uptime until the armor shatter expires. So it'll just stack until the armor shatter expires. And then so that means that's not buffed by deep wounds, which is not good. And then medium and heavy attacks. Medusa slash with her hair. I think it's going to be kind of like the Yaka arrow, how the animation is, where she's not moving her body, but her hair's moving. And then it breaks the opponent's armor, reducing the armor rating by X for X seconds. I don't know if this is guaranteed on every medium she does in every heavy, because that might be a little broken. But I don't know. You can only get 2 medium attacks per combo. We'll really have to see how much armor rating it reduces, though, and how many armor breaks it. Excuse me. How many armor breaks it takes to get an armor shatter, and then how much uptime those armor breaks have. So special one. She inflicts a 4-hit combo, each breaking the opponent's armor and reducing their armor rating by X per stack for X seconds. So she basically just seems like a Thor kind of. maybe like new Thor, maybe pre 12.0 Thor. And then special attack 2 performs a 10-hit combo. Each hit has an X% chance to inflict bleed if armor shatter is active. So it seems like you want to get to an you only want to use a special 2 when the armor shatter is active. I didn't think I got that before. And that deals direct damage over X seconds. So that is buffed by deep wounds. And then it stuns the opponent for X seconds if armor shatter is inactive. So might be worth stunning them to get an arm. I don't know. I feel like the doing it when the armor shatter is active will be more beneficial um, than doing it when armor shatter isn't active, because you can get more bleeds, and those bleeds will be buffed by deep wounds. And then special attack 3, 100% chance inflicts armor shatter, reducing the opponent's armor rating for X seconds. I'm guessing that armor shatter will be the same as this armor shatter. It might be a more buffed up version of that armor shatter, just because it's the L3 and sometimes they'll have the debuffs are buffed. When it's another armor shatter, and then that's missing dog. So they're basically going to be looking for Lockjaw. That's the event quest, and then that's where the picture come from. So the next one is in Spanish. You don't have to look at that, but yeah, that is Medusa and Kingpin coming in the update on Wednesday. But if you guys found this video helpful, I think their abilities are really interesting, but their value will really hinge on what those those variable values are. But if you did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you all later. Peace.